Now, the biggest stories on the South Coast from the WBSM Newsroom. This is WBSM News.
A New Bedford school bus crash on Thursday afternoon left 6 students and a bus driver with minor injuries. The bus was carrying Global Learning Charter School students on Ashley Boulevard when it was T-boned by a car coming out of Chafee Street at around 4:30 p.m., according to police. Those involved were taken to the hospital as a precaution. The car driver was cited for failing to brake at a stop sign. Dartmouth's Fons Corner Shopping Center has been sold for $27.3 million. That's according to Atlantic Capital Partners, a subsidiary of Boston-based company Atlantic Retail, which brokered the deal that closed in October. Atlantic said the shopping center at Fons Corner Mall Road includes Kohl's, Bob's Discount Furniture, Christmas Tree Shops, and Firestone. The firm represented both the buyer and the seller in the transaction, although it did not disclose the companies involved. MassDOT says detours and lane closures on Route 24 and Route 140 in Taunton will continue through next week as work demolishing a series of bridges goes on. The State Transportation Agency says overnight work will take place through November 11th, and work related to the project will also take place during the day for the next 5 years. Overnight work and detours will be in place starting at 8 p.m. through 5 a.m. from Sunday through Thursday. Meanwhile, daytime work will take place between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. for the duration of the contract. More information can be found at WBSM.com or by calling 511. New Bedford Mayor John Mitchell is taking issue with the City Council for failing to discuss a veto of a residency waiver for a pawn shop downtown. Mitchell says city councilors should consider whether a pawnbroker should go right next to the site of a proposed substance abuse treatment clinic on Union Street.
Take a hard look at whether the co-location of these two uses, a pawn brokerage and a drug treatment center, is good for the neighborhood, good for the people who, might use a drug treatment center if it goes through.
On October 24th, the mayor vetoed a residency waiver granted to the new owner of the Fall River Pawnbrokers at 268 Union Street, a document required because the new owner is not a city resident. But at an October 27th meeting, the city council's attorney said the veto was improper, and the council filed it away without taking action on it. New Bedford police have arrested 4 people and seized cocaine, fentanyl, cash, and an illegal firearm in 2 separate raids of city apartments on Tuesday. Police said detectives found cocaine and fentanyl at a State Street apartment, arresting 42-year-old Keith Bass on drug trafficking charges. That same night, detectives also searched a Sawyer Street apartment, the home of 27-year-old Aries Ross. Police said detectives found around 36 grams of fentanyl, 9 grams of cocaine, oxycodone, ecstasy, and a loaded handgun with an obliterated serial number. Ross and his live-in girlfriend, 24-year-old Liza Figueroa Santiago, were arrested and charged with drugs offenses. Their housemate, 21-year-old Kenny Gedeon, was also arrested. The man suspected of stabbing a woman to death in her driveway in Brockton on Wednesday has died after telling investigators he ingested battery acid, according to the Plymouth DA's office. Brockton police received a 911 call reporting a woman bleeding in her driveway just after 1 p.m. Wednesday. Later identified as 48-year-old Veronica Gonsalves, the stabbing victim was pronounced dead at the scene. Brockton and state police began an investigation that led them to suspect Gonsalves was targeted by her former boyfriend, 56-year-old Joao Correa. He was taken to the police station for an interview, at which point he told investigators that he had ingested battery acid before suffering a medical episode that eventually led to his death. The investigation is ongoing. In sports, the Celtics host the Chicago Bulls tonight, and the Bruins take on the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow. Now for a look at your local forecast from ABC 6.
Another sunny and warm day across southern New England, just a few passing fair weather clouds at times. High temperatures as we head into this afternoon, topping out in the upper 60s to low 70s. We head through tonight will be partly clear. Temperatures stay in the mid-50s range. And then tomorrow, expect sunshine. Temperatures coming up into the low 70s. It'll be a bit breezy from the south, which keeps us cooler at the coastline. But we continue to see mild weather for Sunday. High temperatures in the low to mid-70s range with a few more clouds. From the ABC 6 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chelsea Priest on New Bedford's News Talk Station 1420 WBSM.
At the moment, it is 51 degrees and sunny. I'm Kate Robinson for WBSM News. Stay up to date with New Bedford's News Talk Station, 1420 WBSM, and get breaking news alerts and podcasts with the WBSM app.